Shall I bring a mirror for you?
Sure.
Okay, you're
I'm just going to step there. Yep,
Yeah.
go on.
Okay. So we have an inch. What was it? Inch and a half. So three quarters either side of ease, which we added in the draft. So we have that. Let's see, so that's underneath. That's fine. Yeah, we have more forwards hit than we anticipate. We need to have an option 5 as well. And how high is that? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. For now. Okay. Let's do a little bit of examination.
I thought you were going to get me to stand on the chair.
No,
Really on the podium.
I just would like to just absorb and refer all of this to the draft that we've been doing. Can I see things?
Well, the balance looks better than last time.
Do you remember how much the option was from reducing at the center front here? Center back, sorry, at the bottom.
We did an inch.
An inch was an inch because it was it half of the total.
I think that was the total.
This
and
was
then
a full inch.
That was a full inch.
Yeah, and then the other one was moved half and half, wasn't it?
It's funny because last time it was really close on the back.
It was, yeah. I told you I was option 4 for my waist suppression.
Yeah, so that's already better.
Put some pins.
That would be fine. And I think what's with although I don't think that should be a problem. I think if we had widened the back neck.
I think it has got that point, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It does look like it's got that slide.
And your neck is
It's
slightly
raising
pushing it outwards as
Yeah.
well.
It wants to just go like that.
Let's address that by doing a small snip there.
Because that's how it wants to fall naturally.
So let's do that by half an inch.
Should we pin up the front edge?
Yeah. If you do that, I'll just pin the side buggy.
funny.
It's tight on my hip.
It's tight at the center front hip.
It feels tight on my hips. Not on my tongue. That fat bit.
Not fat.
Well, you know.
Prominent.
The comment. I got Jupiter in my tummy. Isn't it funny? I must be in option 6 rather than option 4.
Perhaps. we could assume that, yeah.
So I think that's going to be an interesting explanation to show on a body like mine that I don't actually have a tummy, but the mass distribution is like I have a tummy.
Yeah.
So you need to think about it instead of my dodgy posture. It's actually pretend I've got a gut. Or is it the hip bones?
Well, see, because there's
bones
dragging
or front?
right through here, which
It's
seems to be all
pushing to-
from here. That's pushing like here. So if there was more, because right now that wants to be.
Yeah,
Undone.
100%. Interesting.
We should have done Matthew.
No, this is. Would you say that this is too far forward?
The shoulder seam.
No, I think it's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. I do think that the neck circumference can become wider, even more than half an inch, maybe 3/4, 5/8. Because you can see it's being pushed out, creating weird surfaces here. Whereas actually, if you look at the grain is being pushed out.
Yeah.
This is interesting. So,
Should we have gone for them? No, because the suppression would have added width.
could I see you from the side?
Yeah.
So on this side.
It's not as draggy.
No, but
yeah,
you still
it is
have
this.
you definitely have this.
But
you
I've
can
got that
really
bigger
see
hip
how
on
it's-
that side.
It's pushing out here. But that's why, like for this shoulder, I feel like it wants to sit more like that's where it is, and it just wants to sit there, and then that knee wants to sit more up on the neck, like that. But maybe because there's no pad, it's not being filled in properly.
Well, the principle should be the same. So if there is no pad, it's a matter of shoulder angle. You see what I mean? Let me just make another snip here. Okay, so now we're 100% sure that there is no tension here. Okay, there. That there. I'm thinking if there was one thing that I would change within that system to prevent whatever is happening, that could be generalized across all figures, would be addressing that hip forward. Now,
I'm sorry.
no. It's but the question is if you do have that amount, is it just a case of changing the measure that you add, or is it something slightly different?
Am I an anomaly
No.
on the far edge of?
No, I
Things.
know. I think there are plenty of people who stand like this.
What would you say
Mm-hmm.
to pin in? Because this looks like it's about a 1/2 inch wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pin this all the way over
Mhm.
and then just cut up this seam,
Mm-hmm. That would definitely open up.
opening it up and then pinning some new cloth in and
Mhm.
seeing what the pattern looks like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's let if.
If I was
Suck
a
it in.
straight girl.
There you go. Look like you'd stand in parade in the military.
Did you
Me?
pick a time with
Yes.
what time?
4:30.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you stand normal. Asshole.
It could be so simple, but no.
So. Yeah, well, you know, I see literally a sock, not you, the garment, a sock with 2 oranges in it. One orange is like really forward and one is really backward, and you just have a drag because of the displacement of 2
Yeah.
masses.
So, because if we cut up from here just to the waistline, that's going to open all the way up. And
Yes.
we can literally put in some calico, pin it all down,
Mm-hmm.
draw a new seam line in,
Mm-hmm.
and then lay that onto the pattern.
I'm like, keep your posture while you look.
Yeah. How tight does it feel now at the front?
Very tight.
Very tight.
Yeah. I can tell it's hitting me. Maybe there should be an option 6, which is like 2 inches at the back.
No, well, I think that the whole belly thing is
Yeah.
going to have
Yeah.
4 options already.
So I go max belly, max hip forward.
Probably, yeah. Or the hip forward in the first place should have
Incorporates
4.
belly.
Yeah, should incorporate the forwardness of the hip in general.
Right.
This is very, very interesting. What sort of a gap did you have there at the other side?
It's bigger over here. Well, it's just.
My fat head.
Is that your fade?
My fat head.
But also, it's really swinging away. So. When I bring these two together,
Mm-hmm.
like, see, it's almost like twisting.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting that difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I pull that down.
Well, you see, there is one other possibility, and that possibility is that this is perhaps fine. This is perhaps not so fine.
Oh.
Just entertaining them. We have to keep all of these options open because the cloth is not always very instructive.
So you think the balance is wrong, or the cross width on the back is wrong?
It could be cross width back. It could be. Now, I assume I think if we add both to both the underarm side body and underarm front could be good, but I think we should also add perhaps. That's gonna mess up the lines.
What I'd say is if I like give this a little tug down
Mm-hmm.
and then we drag across,
Mm-hmm.
you come over here.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that seem like the right place for the seam to finish?
It is. That's why I'm thinking that it may not be that point per se.
And this seems like it's hanging out. This wants to really hang back. So do you think it could be a balance?
No, I don't think that that's the case. That's very misleading.
Because it's like if that came back. Could I just stand naturally? Sorry. So even that is starting to kind of sit at the right point.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, this is the gravity issue. You remember?
Yeah.
So, what I'm thinking is, should this be addressed like this, or like this, or like this?
Or you want to put more here?
No, I wouldn't.
You think you've got that right?
Yeah, that doesn't require
Connecting these together.
Yeah, mainly. I mean, that we could always add to the front edge, which is the easiest route.
But that's the route you didn't want to do because of it messing with the
Well,
neckline.
we could. You see, the thing is, we could still do it. I don't think it would solve the problem.
Right.
I think you would still have that problem.
I wonder what's different about this compared to the last one we made.
I would say the main difference is probably that the previous one had a bigger intake at the back.
You think so?
And I think the side body shape was slightly different as well.
Do we have
It's
that pattern?
very
No.
big.
I should have kept it.
I can't remember what it looked like.
I can't remember what it looked like.
Okay. Could I see you from the side for a second?
Of course.
Yeah. So that's fine. So that naturally goes in there. If I would want to bring this to the back, and let's say the back is more or less there, then what I would want to do is to add to this area. Fine.
Very photogenic.
And then add to this area. It's a gesture issue. It's a gesture issue.
Yeah.
Yes. I
I'm
bet my life on it. It's a gesture issue, and so let me try to explain it. So if you look from the front, this line is
Straight.
Yeah, it's straight. So that's fine, right? Now that's falling smoothly, and if I would just gently allow it to sit on the hip, and I would kind of like look at the middle of the hip, I would say that this should fall here, right?
Got it.
So that's one thing. Now, the other element is that if I would want, you see how the horizontal line on the chest is going up?
Yeah.
Right. So if I would want this,
Sorry, I've probably slouched.
no, it's okay, it's okay.
As the day goes on, I get worse.
That's fine. So if I would want this to sit nice and flat on the back, and then bring this forward up to there, I'm missing here.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if I would be adding to here, what I am doing essentially is, could I see your other side, please? Yeah. See, if I would, no, it's okay. If I would place this on her, and I would keep this horizontal, the gesture line that I have looks like it's going to the right place, but as soon as it goes around here into the hollowness of the back, it gets pulled backwards.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as it's flat, it's fine. It's like, oh yeah, gesture is right in the right place. But once this happens and you pull it into the back, everything is then pulled backwards. So I think by adding perhaps 3/4 to either side, we should have less of that discomfort there. Shall I do that really quickly and then see how it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. And then if it doesn't go there, well,
What you gonna do?
I'll let out the side body seam, side body underarm and the forepart underarm at the around 3/4, something like that. Yeah. Gesture. So, if I may.